Are you allowing other people to dictate how you show up? A lot of us do that, actually. Just imagine, right, having going out somewhere, right, and maybe that someone starts making fun of you or laughing at you, right? And then they look at you and they want to see your reaction, right? And so to um, to their amusement, you get upset, you get out of character. Maybe you lash out back at them. You give them your energy, right? And they feel even better. The smile on their face is even brighter. And it's like an evil smile, don't get me wrong. It's not like a genuine smile, but at the same time, they get the satisfaction. You can see the satisfaction on their face. Like, yes, I succeeded. I got this person out of character. I took their power away, or some of it, okay? And so these people, the ones that are, they try to trigger you, they try to kind of poke you, right? They try to get you out of character. These people could very well be sent by the devil. They're the devil's agents, right? Like in the Matrix. The Matrix has a lot of agents, right? And a lot of these agents can be used by the devil to provoke the chosen one or God's children, right? So the closer you are to your light, the more of these people you will encounter, okay? And so it's extremely important for you to learn how to not allow them to make you show up in a negative way, and to not allow them to have your power, okay? And to not allow them to impact your mood. Yeah, that it's extremely important to learn how to control your mind and how to master your mind, okay? And especially in these situations. And these situations will come up. Anyways, guys, well, I have a story here, okay? It's a really quick story, but it kind of relates to this, okay? So there was a guy, right? And it was a while ago, right? And so he basically, I think he did something. Oh yeah, basically he had a pack of cigarettes, I think, right? And we were just walking by, and my kiddo just he saw him, and I think he wanted to say something to him, something nice or something, right? He wanted to kind of like interact with him, right? And so the guy, he looked at me and he looked at my kid, right? And he took out a pack of a cigarette, and he tried to give it to my kid, and I was like, what? And basically, that just, my mothering instinct, right, just went off, and I got pissed. I got so pissed. And you guys, I'm already a very fiery person, right? And so I'm learning to self regulate. I'm learning to control my emotions right now. And I'm learning to, and I've been doing that for a while, guys. It's a process, right? You don't just like, you don't master this in one day, right? It's a process, it's a learning process, and it's not easy, okay? And especially when like something like this happens, right? Where your kid is involved, right? It's like, my kid is like, he's a heart outside of my body. Before he was inside of my body, right? He was in my stomach, but now he's like, he's my heart outside of my body. And so that's how I look at him, because I love him so, so much. And so anything that happens to him, and anyone that does something to him, like, I just, I get emotional basically, okay? So anyway, this guy, right, he took out a cigarette and he handed it to my kid, and I was watching it. I was like, hey, like, what are you doing? So anyway, so I reacted, right? And my reaction wasn't good, right? I kind of lashed out at him, and he got a rise out of that, guys. He just got a rise out of that. He started laughing, and I was like, are you crazy? Like, what is wrong with you? He's a small child, like. But anyways, I realized that I shouldn't have reacted this way because once again, I gave him my energy away. I gave him what he wanted. I gave him my energy. I gave him my power away. He got the reaction that he was looking from me. He was looking for that kind of reaction, and that's what he got, and he got so much satisfaction from that. He was just smiling and laughing, and there was like an evil laugh and an evil smile, but still. And so, yeah, the people of God, right, chosen ones, you guys will encounter a lot of these situations, and so it's extremely imperative for you to learn how to control your mind. It's extremely imperative for you to think, to stop, no matter what it is, and to think before you react. Okay, and sometimes in these situations, right, giving the opposite reaction would be even better. What would have been better, right, is to just, first of all, to just walk away, Just walk away from people like that. They want your energy, don't give them any, just walk away. That's it, right? Another thing you can do is you can, and I will give you a second situation with this second example with the same guy, okay? So I realized who he was, and I was like, okay, So next time around, right, he tried to get another reaction out of us in the park. He saw us, right? And he beeped his little cart. He was driving like a cart, right? And he beeped it, and he started laughing, right? Me and my kiddo, we looked at him, and we just started laughing right back, And the guy was shocked. He was like, huh? And we were laughing, and we were waving. We waved to him, So we were waving to him, and we started laughing, right? And our laughter was just so it was so happy and genuine, that the guy was just completely thrown off because he expected us, based on the first reaction, he expected us to do the same. He expected us to get out of control, out of character, right? And just to get upset, right? But instead, I gave him something that he wasn't expecting, And so in situations like this, you can always throw someone off, right? And kill them with kindness, basically, right? And so when I started laughing, my kid saw me, and he started laughing too, and his laughter was just so genuine, right? And because of his genuine laughter, I started laughing genuinely too, and I just both of us were just cracking up, and we even waved to the guy, and he was just so shocked, and he got pissed off, and the reaction on his face was really funny, I was like, he didn't get what he expected, he didn't get our energy right, and he just created a situation where, maybe other people saw us too, and they were watching, and because we were laughing, they probably started laughing too, so it's kind of like a chain reaction, right? So I realized that it's so much better to react in a good way, in a positive way, even if someone is showing up in a negative way, So if someone is, being rude to you, or being unkind to you, or being giving you this, weird body language, right? Or just mean body language in a sense where they're looking at you with this angry stare, right? Just give them a smile anyways. Give them a smile, just because they are this way, right? Because perhaps because of their own personal demons that they're fighting with, maybe literally, right? Maybe they're just, they have their own problems, right? Maybe they're unhappy in their jobs, in their work relationships, in their, in their family, right? In their, I don't know, in their personal romantic relationships, right? Maybe they're unhappy at school, or in whichever area in their life, right? So maybe it is not even you, right? And so maybe you're getting the brunt of it, right? Maybe you're just, you happen to be there, right? And so sometimes, and more often than not, it's not even about you, right? And so learn to just be compassionate, and to smile, to smile even if someone is not smiling at you, right? Learn to to laugh when someone is laughing, and maybe they're laughing at you, start laughing along with them, and they want to laugh at you, laugh along with them, and this will throw them off like nothing. If they are actually laughing at you, then this will throw them off and they'll stop laughing, because that's the reaction that they didn't expect, right? Or you can also walk away, just walk away. And so, yeah, guys, I learned this, that like kill them with kindness, right? Kill them with kindness, because it is so hard to do. It is so hard to do, because in situations like this, when someone is being unkind to you, when someone is being unfair, it is so easy to lash right back, right at them, and to get out of character and to lower your energy, right, and to stoop to their level, right? And so that's exactly what they want. They don't want to see you happy, thriving, right? They don't want to see you and in many cases, that's why they lash out at you in the first place. They're like, who is this person, that's so happy while I'm so miserable, right? So it's like the crabs in the bucket mentality. Like, I don't want them to be happy, because, just looking at them reminds me of my misery, right? And so, I don't know, their light is just, it's making me feel bad about myself, right? And so it's making me feel even worse about myself, right? And so, they lash out, right? They try to tell you something mean. They try to do something to provoke you. And that's what they want. They want you to stoop to their level. They want you to lash out. They want you to, and this can be done in so many ways, guys. Like, they can, even try to like invade your personal space. I've had this, like, people do this to me. They would like come really really close to me, right? And so, like in this situation, I think it's just better to kind of set your boundaries and say, excuse me, can you please back off? You're very close to me. I don't feel comfortable with that. Or to just simply walk away, right? Like, walking away, I find that it is so much better, than just engaging with a, very low vibrational being, basically, right? Just every person kind of needs to understand that they have to be their own saviors, right? And so they have to save themselves. A lot of us we play the victim, right? Like, we have this victim mentality, right? And so we still feel that someone somewhere is going to come and save us, right? And while getting a little bit help every now and then is not a big deal, and we should definitely also learn to accept other people's help, right, when that's necessary, we should still understand that we have to be our own saviors, right? Like, it's kind of like a drug addict, right? Someone who is addicted to drugs needs to save themselves first. They have to acknowledge that they have a problem, right? And then they have to take the necessary steps to get out of a bad situation that they've placed themselves into, right? And so that's kind of like that, that's what it's like. So, we are in control, guys. We have a lot more control than we realize, and that comes to our minds, okay? So, rather than, allowing other people dictate how we show up, right? We should show up in a good way. We should show up in a godly way. We should show up in a way that represents, Jesus Christ, that represents God, and that makes him proud. And guess what? When you start laughing at a bad situation, right? Or at the people that are laughing at you, then you'll make them feel terrible about themselves. You'll be like a mirror, and they didn't expect this reaction because they didn't think you would laugh, right? And laughter also creates positive like emotions. It releases positive hormones, right? Endorphins, and it makes you feel good. So you're not going to leave the situation feeling terrible about yourself because you did something that you didn't even want to, right? And that you felt like you were forced into. So yeah, guys, we have more control, much more control than we realize. Okay, thank you so much for listening, guys, and have a good day. Okay, I will see you tomorrow.